Come on in, come on in, come on in. We talk about mental health tonight. That's what's on my mind. Let's talk about it. Why not? Come on in. Let me see if I can get things together while y'all coming in tonight. Uh-huh. Yeah. Miss Margaret just came by here. Now she took me to the uh, hospital this morning to get my eye surgery. Y'all, this eye is doing so much better in one day than this one. Yes. The light doesn't even hurt this one. But I'm gonna wait till y'all come in. I'm gonna tell y'all why it's different. This surgery than that surgery. And then we're gonna get on mental health. We're gonna talk about that for a little while because we need to talk about it. That's why we're gonna talk about it. Hey Deborah Silver, how you doing this evening, Deborah? I had my little eye surgery this morning and I'm up feeling good. Then got up, did things I probably wasn't supposed to do. I was told that I needed to rest all day, but I didn't go out the house. I didn't drive. I did obey that much. Hey ma'am, how you doing, Miss Sherry? Looking beautiful. Thank you. I've been here on this sofa most of the day. I slept probably about 4 hours and then I had to get up. I was like, okay, enough of this rest. I can rest when I leave here. I can't be on the sofa all day long doing nothing. It's something I can do around here in this house. So I did. Hey Sting, how you doing? Thank you for the roses. And I thank you, Sherry, for the crowns and the roses and all that good stuff you brought in. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that doorbell on the way in for me. All right. Yep. So I'm gonna get up later and cut my hospital band off and take me a shower and get ready for tomorrow to see what my little sugar wiggles down there at the school been doing. And they've been off 3 days, so they're gonna be wild. I already know that. And I know I gotta protect my eyes from them because they come up to you hugging and they're the sweetest people you ever wanted to meet. Even if they've been bad, they still end up being good. Before they leave that bus, bye, Ms.V. See you later, Ms.V. Yeah. Uh-huh. Um, to just see you in the building tonight. I appreciate that. I started not to come on and then I was like, no, I didn't really talk to him this morning because I was still a little drugged up this morning. I just wanted to come out and let y'all know the surgery went well. And the eyes looking better already. It's going down. The discoloration is leaving. This morning it was a little dark. It still looks a little small to me, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, I can see pretty good out of it. Hey Queen, how you doing, Miss Sandra? Hello everyone, Miss V. I just got my grandkids together for school tomorrow. I picked up my phone and seen you were on. How are you doing? I'm doing great to say that I just had surgery this morning. I am doing fine. The left eye wasn't as bad as the right eye. So it's enough of y'all in here. I can talk about it. Okay, so what he did with the eyes is he did not correct them to be the same because he said I had developed a little stigmatism in the eyes. So the right eye is more so for seeing long distances. That's the way he adjusted that eye. Isn't that a miracle? I mean, what medical science has evolved into these days. The left eye is to see closer up. So they should balance each other in time. So far, so good. Like it's this eye, I don't even have to wear the dark sunshades. Miss Margaret came by and she was fussing, wear them dark sunshades. And I'm like, they're here, they're right here. But it doesn't hurt. Now, I'm not going to try that when the sun comes out, the natural sun outside. But this artificial lighting hurt the first time. But I trusted him on it. You know, he's, like I said, this is his third surgery he's done on my eyes. So we'll see, but I do believe that this left eye is going to heal faster because it didn't take as much surgery as the right eye did. And I'm actually seeing better out of it the first day. I'm still putting the drops in every 4 hours like he told me. Got my little bag right here. And I went and got my little prescription filled for the dry eyes because you do have some dry eye when they do surgery on them. And it kind of feels like skin that needs lotion on it. That's what it feels like, the eye. For those who've had it, you probably understand what I'm talking about. And I have my antibiotics in here, and I'm gonna put my dark shades back in here so I won't walk off and leave them in the morning because I'm gonna need the Blu-rays. Yeah. And then I have to go back for post-op tomorrow at 9:55. Let's see. Sting is speaking to everybody. Sting says, thank God. Yeah, it turned out well. Miss Margaret tried to take your suit today too, Sting. I done told you. We got to get it together. Miss Margaret gonna take it. She was like, oh, this is a beautiful suit here. Why is it hanging out here? I said I was gonna give it away. And I didn't say I was gonna give it away to a certain individual. And she was like, I'll take it. I was like, no, I promised it to somebody else, okay? I ain't no Indian giver. What's up, Living Purpose? How you doing? Hey, beautiful. Thank you for the hearts. No, those are roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we just gonna pray that everything turns out fine for it. I got a little string hanging out there. It's bothering me. And by Thanksgiving, I think that I'll have my vision back very good. I'm glad you're doing well after surgery. Yeah, we did good. Look at Auntie Mimi. Where you been? You been gone for a minute. Good. Now you will be able to use the chat better and drive at night easy. Yes, Auntie. Because you know, I used to be all up on the chat trying to see it. Folks out here accusing me of being an alcoholic and a drunk because I'm wearing dark shades and all kind of stuff. Excuse me, y'all. This YouTube world out here is really crazy. A person that ain't never seen you before, don't know nothing about you, you just automatically made me a drunk. But she ain't come on and apologized. She ain't come on and said, Ms.V, I'm glad your surgery is better. Nothing. And her home folks too. Yeah, she from down there in the boot. I'm telling you about mental health. That's what we need to talk about tonight. I'm glad you in the chat, Auntie, since you got a lot of psychology under your belt. You might can help us with this situation here. But I was just thinking about a whole lot of things today, and I was like, don't overdo it. Okay, I won't. I didn't. Margaret got on me because I wasn't supposed to lift anything or I wasn't supposed to lift anything or reach down and get anything today. So I did both. If something fell on the floor, I had to get it up. Okay. I cooked me some cornbread and I got a piece off and I didn't get the paper plate out before I got the cornbread out. And some crumbs fell on the floor. Well, I don't want them little critters in here, so I had to get it up. Okay. Who else was going to come get it up if I didn't get it up? Come on now. I mean, what was that going to hurt? I had already been asleep 4 hours. That little bit of anesthesia that they did, it just was a small sedation. It wasn't like a major surgery where I had to go to sleep for hours and stuff. No, they didn't put me to sleep that long. I was back home within the hour today. Yep. Because they started right just a little bit before 9. I was at home at 10 o'clock. And I stayed up and I talked to y'all for 15 minutes. And then I went and got me a blanket, laid down on the sofa. And I was going to try to see if I could watch a movie and movie watch me. I told you I ain't too much on TV, no way. So that's been my day. That's all I did. I did clean up my bedroom. She got on me about that. Well, I wanted to change out the spread and stuff. They don't want you to do nothing, but they ain't here to do it. She went to get her nails done. I ain't heard from no Tasha. I went and got her food. She claimed yesterday she had all the kids at the house. She had all her grandson and their friends over there. So she was going to come today on her break. I ain't heard from her. See, y'all be on me about how I do her, but y'all don't know. See, that's when you don't know a person, you don't express your opinion on it unless you really know them. Okay, I really know her. Okay, that food is still over there on that counter, waiting on her to come get it. That milk is still in that refrigerator. But you know what? She don't have to come. She don't have to come today either, because I'm gonna take it down there and give it to bus driver tomorrow, because she got a whole bunch of grandchildren and they stay with her on the weekend. So It's all good. She can go spend her money. Okay. Um, Let me go back up. Where was I? I'm glad you're doing well after surgery. Okay, good. Now you will be able to see, yeah, see the chat better. Yep, yep. I can see the chat from way back here now. They had me to read the little eye chart, and I'll read the eye chart again tomorrow, and they'll check out the eyes again tomorrow, both of them. Okay, what are you saying, Sting? I told you to mail it. Listen to how she talking to me. I told you to mail it. I'll pay the postage, Ms.V. Please and thank you. Well, okay, Miss Sting. I don't let nothing affect me. I don't let nothing nobody say or do affect me. The last I remember is I told you I had a weekend off and I could meet you. You told me you didn't have transportation. I told you I could bring it to you. I asked for the address again, and you told me, I told you. I email you. You think I'm going back through all them emails looking for your address and they in spam? I don't know why anytime y'all write me, I had to figure out every time y'all write me, it goes to spam. So I have to go in my spam and go back through all that spam and find it. That's Y'all think I ain't got nothing else to do. Okay, okay. Um, Auntie Mimi said, "Oh no, Ms.V, I'm here every time. I just been quiet. You know how these folks is. Well, you can't let people run your life, Auntie. And those people who drag people for no reason and you ain't did nothing to them, that is a problem within them. You cannot live your life behind what somebody else wants you to do. You know, if I I guess I never would have been even alive today. I would have probably committed suicide if I had to go back and think about all the things that people said and did to me. I wouldn't have been here. You got to be strong. You got to be tough. You got to be able to take a licking and keep on kicking. Yeah, they gonna bring you down for a minute, but it's like that's not who I am. You did what you did. You said what you said. Okay, fine. Then I have to tell myself, how does that affect anything in my life? Do I really know you? Do I associate with you? Do you Are you a part of my life at all? No. Go on about your business. Do you? Um, don't overdo it. Beautiful. Okay, Sandra, I'm not. I'm going to do basically like I did with the right eye. I went on to work the next day and I wore my Blu-rays and I just sit on the back of the bus and talk to the children. And, when they acted up, okay, we're not going to do this today. Okay. And I tell them what's going on with me. So don't come close today. We're not going to do no hugging today because I don't want you to well up and hit me in the eye, whatever. But that's another reason I keep my shades on. So, because some of them understand and some of them really don't understand what you're even saying. They can't grasp it. That's who they are. And I have to realize that also. Okay, so I was just thinking today about, are we in a mental crisis out here in the world? Is you just can't say America anymore because we global now. We moving from city to city, state to state, country to country. That's who we are now. We've become a global society. We can be here in the United States and a couple of hours later we could be gone, clean cross to another country. Yeah. And it's my belief that we are. A lot of it, I feel that we brought on ourselves because we don't know how to deal with crisis now. We don't know how to deal with stress. We don't know how to deal with anything outside of the norm of what we used to dealing with. And this is a different day and time. And I don't think people are adjusting very well to this new world order, is what I'm calling it. A lot of it is stemming from, like I've said many times before, childhood traumas. And you grew up like this and you think that is the way of the world. It's not. That is you. And people are just not adjusting to the new society. They think they are, but they really not. They're faking it. They're coming out from a Jekyll and Hyde type of situation. It depends on who they're around. They're not the same personality, or either you've seen their personalities change. And I was just wondering, well, why would they do that? Or why would they hook up with that person when they know that person is wrong, just dead wrong, or they know what that person has done? And why would you want to be in that type of environment when you were fine by yourself? The root cause of most of it is money. The lack of or too much of money. That's what's controlling the world today. And people are hooking up with people who they think have, or if they can hook up with them, they don't want to be bothered with them. Nope. If they are no use to them, everybody is like I always say, crabs in a bucket. They pulling up and they trying to hold on for life and breath to pull up with you. And then if they can't pull up with you, then they want you to fall back down in the bucket. So I just think personally, it's better to stand alone. Even if you try to be friends or be cordial with people, I always have that standalone mentality where if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I'm still keep moving. Okay. Nothing stopped. Okay. I may have stopped for a moment or a day to think about it, but okay, I got things I got to do, places to go, people to meet. Hold on. I had to start my chat over because y'all still talking and the chat stops. Okay. Let me go back up and find y'all right quick. Sting is speaking to everybody. All right, I think I read all of that. I'm glad your surgery is doing well. Okay, I am. I'm doing fine, Living Purpose. I'm doing better this time than the first time, but I'm not going to take it for granted. Let's see. Sandra says, don't overdo it. Okay, I think I'm right here with Sting. I may not be able to wear it anymore. I went from 178 to 156. Great, Sting. That's a lot of weight loss. That's good. Kudos. Yes, indeed. You probably won't because it fell off of me. I hope you were trying to lose this thing. Hey, Raven, how are you? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Sting is laughing at me when I was talking about how she was talking to me. I don't let nothing bother me, Sting. I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about older people, how they're stressed out these days trying to live in this world. This one ain't. If it don't work for me, it just don't work for me. I got a choice. I can take it or leave it, okay? It is what it is. Ms.V, do not lift, please. Come on now. Okay, I'm not going to lift anymore, but I had to get the picture off the bed. Remember, the picture was laying on the bed because Margaret came up yesterday and hung some stuff up for me, but we didn't get to the picture. So I didn't want to have to sleep on the sofa again or blow up the air mattress and all that. So I did it before I even realized it, to be honest, to Gisty. And I'm guilty. I did it. I'm glad you're okay. You're going to work tomorrow. Yes, ma'am, Miss Sandra. It shouldn't be too hard. It's only 4 days. Tomorrow will be the worst one of them. And I think class starts back tomorrow for the CDLs. And I was going to study, but I'm not going to strain my eyes studying. I'm not in no hurry. And I've already told them I wasn't going to go do anything until I got my eyes fixed. So they know. I'm sorry I worded that wrong, Miss V. It was a soft. I told you to mail it. I ain't finna wear it with none of y'all out here on no tube. For real. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. I'm going to laugh at it. That's the way I decided to take it. I'm going to laugh at it all because it's all funny to me. Hey, Lois, how you doing? You're the only person I sub to in these circles, but from what I hear, they still watching everything because it's more than just drama. It's more serious with them. Well, AT, I don't know what to say other than it's not my problem. Okay. I'm glad they watching and I'm glad they giving me the views. It's kind of sad when subs are being attacked out here on these streets. That's pretty bad because just like you have subs, they can get attacked too. And they will. If you keep attacking other people's subs, they gonna get attacked too. What goes around comes around. But that's a little immature, in my opinion, to not be on your own platform, just doing your thing. You know, if you growing and you making what you need to make, then just go on over there and do that. That's all you got to do. Okay. Um, Yes, ma'am. I unalived myself a long time ago if I worried about what people do and say about me. You can't. I mean, they talked about Jesus Christ on the cross. You ain't as good as him. So how do you feel like they won't talk about you? They have and they will. But normally you got to think when people talk about you, it's a reason. It's jealousy, it's envy. And especially if you haven't done nothing to them, they got a problem. And they got a problem with you. And it's a serious problem if they got to attack you behind something that you ain't had nothing to do with. Yeah, they got a serious problem. You best just get out from around them and let them go do them. Because eventually they'll find somebody else. The entire world is in a mental crisis. You'll be surprised how much worse off other countries are. No, I'm not been to some of those countries, Auntie. I'm not surprised at all. And they've been like this for years. We have just come into that era here in the last 2 or 3 decades. I'd say starting in the 80s was the first time that I really saw things really changing as I was, raising children and they were growing up. I saw parenting changing then. I was one of the older parents in my circle because I didn't have her until 27. So they had 10-year-olds. A lot of them had them right out of high school, 17, 18, 19. And I had a baby and they had big kids. But I saw the parenting changing where the grandparents were having to step up to the plate and raise children. Due to a lot of different issues. Maybe they had the child with the wrong person and the father wasn't in the life at all, or maybe the parent got incarcerated, or maybe they got on drugs, or maybe they ran through a streak of bad luck for whatever and they had to go and move back in with the grandmother, whatever. But you see more grandmothers raising kids now and having to step in, where in my era, I didn't have a mother to raise mine. My mother lived in a whole different state. I was here basically with 2 aunties, and they were working in the medical field in Houston. And we were living down in the Texas City area at the time. So I had to just do what I had to do, hire a nanny, hire a babysitter, whatever I had to do. My brothers, again, they didn't go through that. They all lived in the same little town. My mama was right there. If they wanted to go out, they could drop the babies off. I told y'all I was a child that was different. Okay. Hey, Holistic, how you doing? CJ Johnson. Who blocked him? Sting. What did he say? Because I have a nephew that's named CJ Johnson. Y'all be careful with the blocking now. I've asked y'all that. Don't be so quick to block things when you don't know. If they're not saying anything that's hurtful, damaging, or just straight ugly, you may not understand the comment, okay? So unblock CJ for me and let me see who that CJ is saying. Hey, London, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. My mental health sucks. Look at old Jason Prince in the house tonight. Wow, that's the organist down at the church. He told me he was coming in. Hey, Jason. I had my little eye surgery today, Jason, and guess who took me? The keyboard player, Miss Margaret. And we had a ball yesterday and today. Yesterday we went shopping for her something to wear to the husband's funeral on Friday. And then today we were back together again because she took me to get the surgery this morning. Thank you for coming in, Jason. Back to you, London. My mental health sucks. Are you getting treatment, London? Hopefully you are. Good evening, Cynthia Fuller. How are you? I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you. And thank you for the hearts and the roses. I appreciate it. I wasn't trying to lose it, but it was very hot this summer and I had to walk everywhere. Okay, that's right. You told me your car, you didn't have a car, but that's okay. You lost it. And it sounds like that's a good thing. Hey, Denise, how you doing? Okay. So what do y'all think is causing the mental health crisis? This is a good one for you, Auntie Mimi. What do you think is causing it? We're going through some bad times in the world right now where everything has gotten so expensive or whatever. I personally think intellect has a lot to do with mental health. Some people are stronger intellectually than others. They can deal with stress better than others. Some people have gotten stuck in time where this new world order that's going on right now, they can't handle changes. Some people can't, their routine. They cannot go through a bunch of changes. It disturbs their order. The neurons in the brains don't fire right when things are not routine for them. Not being mentally prepared for life's crisis, lifing. Maybe they've lost loved ones who they depended on. You got independent people in the world, you got dependent people in the world. Life is balanced. Where there's up, there's down. Where there's right, there's left. We talked about that. And they don't have a balance in life. Every day is not going to be a good day. You're not going to wake up every morning and it's just going to be a beautiful day. Oh, life is just beautiful. No, you're going to have some crises in life. Things are going to happen. Unexpected. Death for sure. Okay? Unexpected. Maybe you walk into your job and your job is no longer there. Remember the Enron crisis we had here in Houston? We had millionaires that night and the next morning, the whole company, Ponzi scheme, it just, all the money is gone. Can you imagine that? But you still got those bills based on what you were making. Yeah, that could have caused for suicide, a whole company of people there. They had to sit down and mentally restructure their whole life, lifestyle, and everything around them. Because if all the money, the bulk of the big money was based off in that company, you were broke. You might have had enough to survive till you found something else, but you didn't have the millions you went to bed with. And it was innocent people just working for a company. They didn't have no idea, like most of us. We don't know who the CEOs are of these companies. We just go to work and get a paycheck. Yeah, it's just bad luck. Hi, Betty Heron. How you doing this evening? Mrs., I'm glad you're okay. I have to cut this short. I have a long day tomorrow. Much love, each and every one of you. Okay, same to you, Sandra. You have a good night, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Granny K is in the building. How you feeling, Ms.V? I'm super duper doing fine. You were looking awful cute with your glasses. Hey, chat. Yeah, somebody told me, was it you, Granny, that said you got them ugly glasses on? I'll be wearing my little ugly glasses. Jason, no, I bust down to the church house, tried to dip a hat down on top of it. The 2 Sundays I didn't sing with them, but I bust up in there with my hats on. Y'all saw Sunday morning inspiration. I put my little Blu-rays on and went on up in there. I did. Yeah. I went to work with them on. I go to church with them on. The pastor knew what was going on. I called him and told him, saying something about where the weed at. Huh? Something about where the weed at. Oh, well, he need to be blocked. That ain't my nephew. Mm-mm. Um, Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? Good evening, Ms.V. Moss in chat. Glad your surgery was uneventful and your eyesight will be better. Had a great time in Lamar. I'm in the choir with Carolyn. What is Carolyn's last name? She was at the event with you, Carolyn. Oh, gosh, she's a soprano. I can't think of Carolyn's last name, but she must have been your classmate. She lives in West Texas City. Okay, haven't been out of the bed at all today. That's a good thing when you can lay up in the bed all day long. Okay. Um, hey Lisa here, how you doing? Jason Prince throwing me some hearts. I appreciate that, Jason. And y'all got to catch the church anniversary this Sunday, 10:15, Greater Barbers Chapel, so y'all can see Jason wear that organ out, baby. He gonna be tearing it up. Ms.V gonna be trying to keep up with him. Boy, you better slow yourself down. We have some fun down there, though. It makes it, that kind of stuff makes it fun to go to church when you get along with the people in the church. And they, I mean, you've been around them so long, you know they real. They are who they are, okay? I untimed him. I'll go read what he said. I ain't going back up this thing. Just time him back out then if that's what he said. Okay. I'm not time him out. Just I don't know what to do. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, the world been changed a long time ago. The problem is that too many babies having babies and no real guidance to the child of the future. And I totally agree with that, holistic. That's a big problem, is that the babies are having babies. And again, where does that fall short? Does it go back to parenting again? That you weren't educating your child, that if they go out there and they have sex and it's unprotected sex, they can have more than a baby. There's a lot of stuff out there. I don't know. And this is nothing new. We've had teen mothers for years, but the parents stepped up to the plate and not only helped to finish raising them, but helped to raise their babies. But then the parenting has changed. Everything goes. It's okay. It's my child. He did it. It's all right because he mine. You don't understand that? Not really, but that's the way it is. I used to be, but not, I'm not. Landon, I don't quite understand that. Can you write it again for me? Carolyn says, Landon, a visit to the doctor is in order. Okay. That's Miss Carolyn. She's in the medical field, Landon. Okay. Do you listen to rap music, Miss V? No. Every now and then. I'm not big into rap music because I don't like men calling women bees. I don't really like nobody calling a woman a bee. That's a female dog. So that has become the new word of choice out here in the world we live in. But I don't care for that. Everybody has a name, and if you can't address them by their name, then no, I don't really care for it. Do you like it, Landon? And it's usually street stuff. I'm not too much into the streets and what people are saying and doing out there in the street. No. You are beautiful and your body is very fit. You have WhatsApp. Can you pick up your toothpick near the camera? Okay. What toothpick near the camera? You're going to have to go because you're doing too much. You're coming in a foreign language. And if I had WhatsApp, it wouldn't matter, sweetie, because I don't do WhatsApp. Okay. I don't date online. Okay. And I don't have any toothpicks in the house, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. So, Lana, yeah, I should, but I don't know. Okay. Hey, Holla, how old am I? I am 69 years old, sweetie. Be 70 on February the 19th. Life is causing mental health issues, says I am Michelle for life. Okay, let me start with that one, Michelle. So you say life is causing mental health issues. Just living in the world we living in today, is that what you're saying? Or are you saying uh explain it a little bit more. Be a little bit more explicit. Let me know what you're talking about. Life is causing mental health issues because people been living life ever since Adam and Eve. So I'm trying to get the gist of what you're saying. Good evening to you, Michelle. It's a lot of trolling, but I'll let you see, Ms.V. Okay. Are you blocking anybody's thing? Okay, let me get on down. Mental health crisis seems to differ depending on the country. But in mental health, does it really matter what country you're in? In the United States, majority has no coping skills. But wouldn't that be the same in any other country, AT? I'm just asking a question. Dare I say they don't see their opportunities, but trauma has a lot to do with mental health. Okay. Answer that for me, AT. Wouldn't mental health be the same in any country? It regardless of what the situation is? Would you need the same type of therapy in any country? I guess is what I'm trying to ask you. Hey, Buttercup. Happy manifesting Monday, Miss V. Same to you, Buttercups. Good to see you. Yeah, I lost loved ones and it hurts. Okay. London, the only thing I can say about that is we all lose loved ones. You're not alone in this world. And there are groups out there of people who've lost loved ones. You might want to connect with that group, and they might, in every city, there should be one close by, even online, where you can kind of connect with those people who have lost loved ones and let them tell you how they're dealing with their crisis and how they're getting through it. But with me losing the loved ones, I lost 3 back to back and steady losing, lost 2 last week. I just look at it like this, Landon. We all come here after the first breath, we start dying. We just don't know when. Everybody has to check out of here at some time. Everybody's got to lay it down. And think about it. Do you really think that those people would want you to go through whatever you're going through? Miss them, of course. Grieve if you have to, but don't let it go on a lifetime. It wasn't designed to be that way. When God created man, he died first. That was the first death when he died on the cross. Do you really think that it was designed for you to grieve and to just spaz out and lose it? No. You're going to have to connect some type of way spiritually too to get through this. A lot of times when you're going through crucial things in life, if you don't have nobody to call on, you are going to lose it because you're dealing with it internally yourself. And obviously your brain can't handle it. So the neurons in your brain starts to misfire. And then once it does, you can medicate or you can go through all kinds of therapy, but it's never going to be the same again. I always describe it as a frayed iron cord. You can tape it up. You can maybe fix it again, the plug and the cord, but it's not the same. It's changed. The physical properties of it changed, okay? It's no different than your mind. Once it unravels, you can piece it back together, but then you're on some type of medication, okay, to try to fix it, or you doing talking therapy, or you doing something to try to get the brain back working like it should be. It's never going to be the same. It hurts bad. I think you need to get to a doctor, like Carolyn says, Landon, because it sounds overwhelming to me from what I'm reading here in the chat. And I don't know what the problem is that you can't let go, but you need to go talk to somebody. Seriously. Okay? Mental health crisis happens when a situation is stressful and all these narcissistic fools floating around. Yeah. That's a big problem too. I don't know if there's any cure for that. And the bad problem is that people don't see the narcissistic behaviors. They get all involved in it and they get too deep and they don't know how to pull back out of it or let it go, because those people are going to control you. They're going to take from you. They're going to use you. They're going to deflect off of you. That's what I don't understand. When it happens, why a person can't see what happened. And they gravitate to those people, and those people come up off of them, all in every aspect, all the way around. That narcissist is coming up. And when he can't use you or deflect off of you no more, he gonna find him somebody else. That's who they are. Believe it. And they all over the world. They're around you every day. They're in your family. They're your friends. I found two type of people that really, they bug me. The narcissists and the ones that's so insecure and they don't see what's going on around them. This person that did you wrong once and did you wrong twice. He been doing you wrong all your life, and you still dumb enough to keep going back over and over. What makes you think this time's gonna be any better? You want that abuse. You want to be drugged down. You want to be held down when you keep doing that. I had a lady to tell me, but they family. Give a damn whether they family, mother, father. A narcissist is a narcissist. Just keep going back and see what happened. Like it's going to be better. It ain't going to be better the second day. It's going to be worse because they done suck you back in again. Okay, so they know they got that control over you. Yeah. Okay. Toggery is trolling. I'm going to let Sting handle it. She said the trolls are in the chat, so I'm going to let her handle it. She's the only moderator I've seen in here anyway. Okay, I can't pronounce this. Ismael Delgado. What city is that behind you? That is Houston from the 70s. Okay. I was told I could find a little picture. This is Miss Margaret's suggestion, my decorator. She wants me to find a smaller picture of the 90s and then maybe one in the 2000s and put on each side of it. So it'll take up the whole wall, because that's the 70s. That's when I moved here the first time. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Ms.V, I love your headband. Thank you, Sophia. Go to Marshall's. That's where I got it from, but it was last year when I got them. But they usually keep a lot of headbands. Our culture has changed because of the virtual world. The school systems are not the same anymore, and the influence of the quick money and designer clothing is a problem as well. I totally agree with you, Holistic. I know the school systems have changed. The stuff they put up with in these schools these days, and the parents are running the school. Yes, ma'am. They'll come over there in a minute and tell you, I don't want them in this room, and snatch them out and dog the teacher around. You see it on the bus. You see kids fighting they wait until they get on the bus to start fighting. And that could cause a lot of problems. It's sometimes 50 children on those long buses, and they fighting. I mean, you don't know what they have on. You don't know if they have a knife. You don't know if they got to pull out a gun. We had an elementary school to pull out a gun. a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Parents coming over to get the kids out of jail because the kids done got arrested off the bus. We ain't never have no stuff like that. Then the parents in trouble. Then they gotta go to court. Then they gotta pay fines. They've been locking up parents, okay, for their children's behavior. And I think they should, because you raised them, or you should have. Okay. Landon said, I used to be at the doctor's, but now I'm not. Well, Landon, I don't know if you should be at the doctor's or you should find you a psychologist, okay, that deals with mental disorders. Get your doctor to reference you a psychologist wherever you live, because it's not working on your own. You probably, or go get spiritual counseling. Find a pastor at a church and ask them if they would help counsel you. It's counseling out there. You need to get it. Petra, hi, how are you? Hey, Candy. Pierre Bike Life, how are you doing? I don't know what's going on, says Petra. I agree with holistic. Teens, young people, very affected by social media. That's a big problem, because you can see anything and everything on, and every child's got a cell phone. They too young. Why do every child, we ain't have no cell phones and we made it just fine, but you got kindergartners walking around with cell phones. What do you need to call your mom? Oh, I don't get it. I don't. Okay. And it ain't nothing no different that's going on today that didn't happen back in the day. Kids were being molested by teachers then, or they were dating the teachers back then. But I think the thing was, is we were close knit and somebody was going to tell it back then. Now it's a natural occurrence. Nobody cares. It's what's wrong. That's why I was blocking them. Ms.V. Okay, Sting, we're good. Living Purpose, I'm giving thought to the use of Ritalin in children as a cause of mental illness. And that could be also, that came about, what, I guess late 80s, mid 80s, somewhere along in there with that Ritalin. And there were psychologists just every time, especially a kid of color, went in to see one, that was a drug of choice. I think that affected a whole lot of grown folks today. Okay? That's just my opinion. Okay, Carolyn said you really do need to block them. Sting said, my bad, I'm not blocking, I'm timing out. Okay, Sting. Carolyn said you really do need to block them. Jam, glad you are awake and doing well. Yeah, I'll probably be up a little late tonight because I slept almost a little over 4 hours today. Sometimes when people start Ritalin early, they have to be dependent on other medications for mental disorders in later years. That's true, Living Purpose. And it's bad because you're going to be medicated the rest of your life. So you're never going to see the world in its natural form and its natural order because of the medication. But I can tell just as good now that I've been around my children, some of those teachers are giving them medications just before they hit that bus because they come out like zombies. And if they ride the bus for 30 minutes with me, I can see them just getting happy. They real quiet, they real out of it. And then all of a sudden, they just come alive in about 30 minutes after they're riding on that bus. And I know now, I said, oh, why would you, if they're getting ready to go home, why would you give them the medication then? I want to get off and ask, do you think it's because they're going to do something on the bus? Or that just, I don't get that. Why give it to them if school is out at 3:30? Then you had to give it to them somewhere close enough within the last 30 minutes to 40 minutes for it to kick in, and they just are being led to the bus and their eyes are just like, they're not even blinking. I don't know. Auntie, Mimi, these ladies on this app has to take accountability of their actions and go to a medical doctor and seek healing and stop taking your trauma out on others. Um, that's coming from holistic. Yeah. But my thing has always been that YouTube will let anybody get a channel. Y'all see that you can be coming straight out of prison and get a channel. You could have killed somebody and get a channel. You could have molested somebody and get a channel. You could have done all in any and all out there in the world, and they'll give you a channel. It's no nothing to say, okay, if you've done this and that or this and this, you cannot get a channel out here. And it's destroying our young kids. It's destroying a lot of older people out here too, because I'm seeing a lot of older people go from one to another, and they always get into the mess and the drama and listen to those type of people, and it makes me wonder, who are you? I thought I really knew you. I'm surprised that I see you listening to that or being a part of that. You left this content creator over here, and now you go into this one, and this one is just as bad as that one. And I don't see you in no positive channels. I saw that before I left off of YouTube. And it amazes me. And I have a lot of respect for them, because they never done or said anything to me or about me. But I'm just amazed that you would follow that at your age. Oh, well. I was thinking the struggles people go through in other countries differ some in severity. That's true. I noticed my friends' family from other countries don't get upset about the same problems. Okay. Their problems a lot of times, especially in those third world countries, is just surviving, being able to eat, have a meal, if it ain't nothing but cornmeal made into a mush, to keep you full, much less a balanced meal. I can see that. And they deal with health crisis all the time because they don't have modern medicine. They use a lot of natural things to try to cure whatever it is. So I think their coping mechanisms are much better in some of these third world countries than it is here in America. We're spoiled here. Very spoiled. Money is causing a lot of problems. It's sending folks into suicide. And that is going to be the next thing I wanted to ask y'all about. So after this, we're going through a mental health pandemic right now. So the next thing is a suicide pandemic. Because if you can't deal with it, we're getting weaker, where we don't want to go through it no more. So we just take our lives. Is that what we do now after we go through this health crisis? And we as Black people never really commit suicide that much back in the day. Whenever you heard it on the news, you always knew it was another nationality of people, ethnicity of people. Now you don't know. We do the same thing. That's why I was telling my girlfriend this morning, integration helped a lot, but in a lot of ways it hurt, because once we mixed up with them, a little Black girl or boy never fell out of the cash register back in the day, because you was going to get your tail beat down right there. They wasn't taking you home, and you didn't do it anymore. But now we're raising our kids just like other cultures are raising their kids, and it's acceptable. It's always been acceptable with them, but it hasn't been with us. And it's wrong. It's not right to do that, to let your kids talk back to you, to let your kids curse you. That's no respect. London, why are people calling you those names? You are white. We don't use this chat for this foolishness. I think London may have to be blocked, Sting, because he's saying it, I guess, up above where I've read. His comments are falling in above what I've reading. Auntie Mimi likes school bullying. It exists in other countries, but much less. My foreign family friends say people are more ashamed socially than Americans. We used to be back in the day. I mean, I told y'all about how teachers' children, I was a teacher's child. We had to set a standard of being a teacher's child. There was a lot of pressure on your back. You couldn't get in no trouble. Uh-uh. Um, there was no such thing as going to the office. Go to the office for what? Girl, you were gonna get the principal was gonna beat you, and your mama was coming in there and beat you too. I knew better than that. Even if I left my lunch money at home and I didn't get my lunch money before I got out that car with my mama, don't go to her room asking her for no money. Yeah, call your daddy. You already knew that. And hopefully he had time to bring you some money, or you just had to sit there, drink you some water. You'll be all right. You won't die. Yep, you had breakfast before you left home, so you had one meal. A lot of people in the world live on one meal a day. Some don't get one meal a day. But that was just the rule in our house. Now, I couldn't even come to her room like they used to send you around to make announcements. I couldn't go in her room with no announcement. She told me I was supposed to be in the class learning. And if the teacher asked me to go make an announcement, tell her to give it to somebody else. Yeah, we had rules in our house. I'm not joking. People do call me those names. Okay, London, but like I say, seek help for whatever the problem is, because there's nothing that we personally can do over here but suggest to you to do what has been suggested in the chat, and that is seek some medical help. London, who is calling you those names? Where do you live that someone yells the N word at you in public? You know them. Okay. I'm getting yelled at in the chat for saying what people call me. Okay, but don't keep saying it, London. No, they just say it to me like casually. And it affects you? London, yes, seek help and reach out to your resources in your city and state for assistance, says Holistic. Call the National Mental Hotline. Yep. Yolanda, no one has yelled at you. Okay, it sounds like you have some problems, Landon, that you really do need to seek help for. So I'm kind of glad you did come into the chat tonight, so you can't say that we all in the chat dealt with whatever problems that you are facing as best as we could, and we've all suggested that you need to seek some mental health, okay? And Holistic just brought up a good point to call a mental health crisis line. Oh, I didn't know that it was advice. I'm just in here because I need help. Okay, so that's what we've tried to give you, Landon, is suggestions for you to call the mental health line. We've said you could go maybe to a church and talk to a pastor, or I don't know if you have insurance or whatever, but there's help out there. You can go find help. Okay? I notice a lot of young people mistake when old people are just sharing their wisdom for yelling. Also, kind of hard to know when someone is yelling in writing unless they use all capital letters. Right, Auntie? Landon, what kind of help you need? As Sting is asking you that, Landon. She wants to know what kind of help do you need? Like, well, thank you for the help. I'ma leave now. Okay, Landon, we wish you the best and do take our advice, okay? Clearly, Landon is very young and sensitive, says Auntie Mimi. Parents in Kentucky, where I live, parents don't have no say so. Wow, that's kind of across the United States, Jam Jam. It just depends, okay? And a lot of parents are saying a lot of things in front of children and out here on social media that's embarrassing to the kids, and they don't even seem to care, or it's just socially accepted behavior, and it's killing the young kids around them. Because even though I put in here, no, this is not for children, that doesn't mean children are not going to watch. So I should be careful in what I say and how I address things. And like I said, I have grandchildren. I don't want to embarrass them. I don't want to embarrass my daughter, my son in law, my family out here on YouTube, where they're like, your sister's out there, your auntie's out there, your grandma's out there. This is going to be here long after I'm gone. It's going to always be on YouTube. The lives are up. They're going to run until there's no more YouTube. People can always go back and pull them up. Yep. Carolyn says, former owner of Lamborghini and Microsoft and studied at Harvard, my friend. You worry that people call you names? Yes, you do need to seek help and quickly. Exactly. See, I didn't see all of that. And I'm not sure if that's fact or not. That's what he said. But why would you be in chatting with Ms.V saying all of this? And why wouldn't you be around friends who could help you that are from Harvard? You go over there on Facebook and talk to the CEO over there on Facebook. He's a Harvard graduate. See if he can help you. I worked in the school system for 6 years in the 1990s. I studied with elementary and then moved to high school, and they were so disrespectful. Back then, I went on maternity leave and never returned. And I can understand that. Sometimes I often think my mother was a school teacher for well over 30 some years. I think it was 36 or 37 years she was in a classroom. And the kids were starting to get bad back then when she left the classroom. And I just wonder today if she could wake up and see how different the classroom is and how the teachers even dress. That's a lot of what brings disrespect right there, in my opinion. They don't look like teachers. I don't know the teachers at the high school from the students. They all look alike, t-shirts, tennis shoes. So they kind of treat you the same way, like they want to be your friend, or they can talk to you any kind of way because you look like them. You're already young. You just out of college. A lot of them maybe be the first year teaching school. I don't know. I look at the school down there where I'm working. When my child was there, they were in uniforms. When I come back 20 some years later to that same high school, they took the uniforms away. That to me was the best thing since sliced bread. Everybody had the same thing. So there was no designer clothing or shoes or anything like that for anybody to be jealous of. They had the same outfit on every day. They couldn't even wear the tennis shoes, the Nikes and all that. They had stopped it. Why did you go back to something that was working? If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So I just see a lot of things that have changed since she was there. And like I said, she graduated in 99. She's in her 40s, early 40s. But it went backwards instead of going forward. And then you're going to try to bring in all these rules and stuff now, but you changed the path of what was working. And now you want to try to bring in a rule, and then next week you got to bring in another rule and another rule. So you're going to have it like a prison system down there, but it's your fault because you should have left things alone when they was working. Now, that's just my opinion. Kids have too much today. I think that kids should receive gifts age appropriate. No 6-year-old should have a phone. They do. Yeah, pull it out on you too. Call their parents up on the job and tell on you. They will. Granny K is laughing about something. Granny K, she gone. Okay. Who is that? Ashable 66. Love you. Love you more. Greta K say it's time for London to go night. Stay. Oh my, the trolls are out tonight. Some nights they be in rare form, and they love to come over here with chatting with Ms.V and chat with me. Holistic, exactly, Ms.V. Integration definitely harmed our culture and communities. It did. Uh-huh. Our parents had a personal relationship with our parents. The old school teaching been thrown out the window. Yep, it's hurting too. Now you see, where, oh, that's my child, and my child can do this, and my child can do that. Why? Because it's your child. That means you did it, and you got away with it. But that's why you got so many fights. You got so many teens killing themselves, killing each other. Drugs are bad. It's just, I don't know, it's out of control, and I don't think it's no way of getting it back into control again. They building more prison systems than they building schoolhouses. Personal relationship with our teachers. I got you, holistic. Jam Jam, if I acted like some of these people on YouTube, my children would take my phone. I agree, Ms.V. I think teachers need a dress code. You can't tell the students from the teachers. I was shocked. The first day I caught the bus and I went to the different schools, and at first I was going to a whole lot of different areas. They all are dressing the same. I don't see anybody that stands out in the crowd that I would know. Oh, that's a teacher. Oh, that's the principal there. They all look alike. Hey, Miss Lieber Ford, how you doing? Okay. Sting is speaking to you. Ms.V, I think the school system's changed because the parenting changed. The parents caused the changes because parenting changed. Yeah, and it's not very much parenting anymore, even at the church house. The parents will run through the veranda. They'll drop their kids off. It's like you babysitting them. You're not bringing them in there like our parents brought us in there. But I guess there's a better place for them to be on Sunday morning than in the street or at home doing whatever they want to do. Ms.V, I miss the America you grew up in when folks had shame, class, family, respected each other. But doggone right, because it didn't matter who in the neighborhood. If they called my parents' house or came by and say one of us was doing something, we suffered the consequences thereof. Yeah, we sure did. Snatching keys, snatching strap on your back, whatever. We survived. And we knew better than to pick up a phone talking about child abuse. Yeah, it was gonna be some child abuse, all right. It changed when they incivilized single parents and government paying for fatherless. Yeah, the government stepped in, and it was supposed to be a help, I guess. That's what it was supposed to be, AT. With the food stamps and with government assistance and stuff. And if people had used it right, it probably would have helped a lot of people. But I think where the government messed up is they gave them too long. If you teach a person how to fish, they'll have food for life. Okay? And that's where I see the government. You can't leave a person on food stamps a whole lifetime. What's the incentive for them to ever get off and go get a job? So they sold the food stamps for money. Or they went in and they bought you food and you gave them some money. Subsidized housing. You're not supposed to have men in these homes with you. It's for you and your children. But you got an able-bodied man you let lay up in the house with you on taxpayers' dollar. Something is wrong with all of this. And it's been going on for decades now, and I don't see anything changing much other than they finna cut it out. The government already broke, according to them. So how can they keep doing this when we trillions of dollars in debt owing all these other countries? You got to stop somewhere. And it's going to hurt a lot of people who really need it now, because times are hard. Things have changed since this pandemic. People lost a lot of jobs. They got behind in their bills. Kids are going off to college now, trying to get an education, coming out $300,000 in debt. How are they going to ever pay all that back? And then if they do give them a little bit, look how much money they paid back before they let them suspend what they owe the government back. Okay. My grandkids' school asked me to come and sub. They need seasoned adults. I said, no, I'm too old for prison. I know that's right, Granny K. It takes a lot out of you. That's why I wanted off that long bus. Because I saw that was not for me. Mm-mm. No. Because you don't have no control. You just talking. Okay, and they'll tell you if you say I'm gonna make a phone call to your parents. Oh, she ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, she don't care. Oh, it's all right with me. So how you gonna correct them when the parents not even there for you? Yes, I agree about the dress codes. The parents dress these kids like adults, and some of them get on the bus, babies with the midriff, stomach out. Why you gonna send a 5-year-old to school like that with halter tops on and stuff? Why did you even buy it, first of all? Why did the dressmaker even make it? I blame the dress people on that. The designers. They the ones messing up. Because if you make it, somebody gonna buy it. Now, you got for example, a 300-pound woman and you done made her a mid-drip. You done made her some tight pants. You know they gonna buy them. They don't care. I'll be wearing me something big to cover it up. No, not today. That's the old world. We in a new world. Denise said that's what it meant to be like a prison system. It's called the school to prison pipeline. These issues are considered social experiments. YouTube is just one of many social experiments and FBI information. Denise, that is so true. You're right. And these are the leaders of tomorrow. Can you really imagine in your mind some of these kids in leading positions out there in the government, in the schools, everywhere, police, firemen? That's who's in school right now. The only good part is a lot of us that are 60-ish, we won't be here. We'll be gone. But the future doesn't look very bright because there's no logic anymore. People are so selfish and they don't even get the right understanding of things. You can sit there and you can explain something and they'll come back and they'll say the same thing you just said, but in a different way. And I'm thinking, didn't I just say that? Or they'll defend something because it's a friend of theirs or they know that person, but they know it's wrong. And they start off with, oh, I like that person. Okay, you like them, but that's you. That don't mean they right in what they doing. I don't get it. Yes, ma'am, Ms.V. We grew up in a different world. Yes, indeed. I can't do today's gentle parenting style. It's doing the kids no favors. They will struggle in even slight difficulty. Stop right there. I had a child say the other day, he couldn't tell time. He's in high school. He wanted a digital clock on the bus so he could see what time it was. And he blurted it out like it was no big deal. You are a sophomore in high school and you can't tell time. Some of them can't write cursive writing in high school. How you gonna sign your name? Your signature has to be cursive writing. I was always taught you didn't print it. Okay? At the doctor's office today, they said print your name and then they asked for a signature. Well, I already print my name. They want cursive writing on the signature. They can't do that. How they gonna make it? What else did you say? I grew up the way you did, had my butt whooped. You doggone right. Very little punishment in the house. Go and get your ass towed up and then you're gonna not do that no more. And trust me, we didn't. We had belts in the classroom, fan belts. That's what they whipped us with, fan belts. The boys got beat on the butt in assemblies. Think a parent came over there? No. Parent was glad you was tearing their ass up. We didn't have as many people in jail back then either. We didn't have all them prisons they got now either. The community came forth. People are just lazy because they can con people out of their money and laugh about it. And that's what they're doing. You see it all the time. These people love me. I can tell them what to do and they gonna do, and they do. And I be looking like, you ain't no better than a robot. You been programmed. Give me your money. I need it today. Okay? That's artificial intelligence you using on them. As my dad told us, if you don't go to college, then you're not going to sit at home. Go get a job. Same thing in our house. We had a choice. You go to college. I told y'all because he didn't go. He said he wasn't making that mistake with his family. He said my mama first, and then the rest of us followed in that order. But we had a choice. You could go to the military or you could get out. That was your three choices. If I'm going to get out there and work and send y'all, and he would. He worked from sun up to sundown. It didn't matter to him because he loved bragging on his children. Yeah, my son is going to Southern. My child is over there at Grambling. I got another one over there at Alcorn. Sometimes he had 2 and 3 in there. How them people did it, I don't know, but they worked hard. Okay, that's all I can say. My mama quit the system in Maine when school was out. She was out there on the farm. He was picking the vegetables. She was engaging them, calling up Kroger, calling up Safeway, north side of town, calling her. I need this. I need a bushel of this. I need this. I need that. Made more money in 3 months than she made 9 months teaching school. The setup of the housing project was the government would give the Black woman a way to get up. But here's the thing, they couldn't have the 70s husband in the house, breaking the Black house. Oh, I never thought about it that way, Living Purpose. That's so true, though. You brought something to light then. Yep. Hey, Jam, Vertigo, how y'all doing? Anybody that knew my mama and daddy corrected me, and it's necessary to switch my behind, and they knew my parents didn't mind. Then they switched me. That's true, Carolyn. That's the era we came up in. Yeah, because everybody knew everybody back then. It was a neighborhood watch on the children. Yes, indeed. I wish you were on StreamYard tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, Living Purpose. I'll come on StreamYard tomorrow night then. Jam, True, Carolyn Allen. Carolyn Holistic is saying, say it louder. Great topic for conversation. Thank you, Living Purpose. Going. It's your birthday. Well, first of all, hello to you and happy birthday to you. So I hope that's the end right there. Because if you came over for us to take up a collection for you, we don't know you. Okay, come back again. Maybe next year we'll be able to send you something for your birthday. Auntie Mimi, Living Purpose, you're right. We need men. Easy to lay with someone and have no responsibility. Mr. USA taxpayer gonna pay. I'm only 40, but I had to go pick my switch. Kids today. Yeah. You had to go pick them switches back then. And that was mental torture. Okay. It didn't matter whether you brought a little switch or a big switch, it still was gonna hurt. They knew that. And some of these 5 and 6-year-olds got a shape. Like grown women got bras, need bras on. The one that pulled her t-shirt off, she needed a bra on. I told you she twerked one day, and then the next day she was sitting in front of me and pulled the whole shirt up over her head. And the boys was on the bus looking and everything. And then I had to really force the t-shirt back on her. Now, these are special needs on this bus, but still, she needed a bra on or something underneath, like a camisole or something. Not just let her walk around and just have that t-shirt on. And then she got a male teacher. Okay, with these Mm-mm. Our people excel when left alone. Just look how our ancestors did coming out of slavery and Jim Crow and a system that made laws to keep them from an education. Yeah, they rise. Yes, Denise, and did just fine. Hi, Ben. How are you? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. I was shocked that they are not taught cursive. Not in some of the schools. I don't know how they're gonna sign their signature. I don't know how they're gonna make it without cursive writing. I can write faster in cursive than printing, for one thing. And in a professional world, you need to know that. How to write cursive, how to sign your signature. After a while, they won't have handwriting anymore, period. And they're not spelling very well either because of social media, because in the texting, they make a word, they shorten a word, so they don't know how to spell well. It's a lot of things. Technology is hindering children. And me, I'm looking at it like, what does that mean? All these acronyms and stuff. I don't know. Write that stuff outside. I know what you're talking about. Everything is becoming digital. You right, living purpose. Y'all, why these 12-year-old girls a D cup hourglass shape, mind of a child, body of a woman, scary. And that's why those older men are coming after them so young too. And then you putting them out there in all these old provocative clothing, and you wonder, well, my child was kidnapped. Well, it looked like a grown woman. Okay, that's what happened. Ms.V, that is not surprising to me because I am 23 years old on a job site, couldn't tell time on the clock on the wall. Really? Who is that? Holistic? Yeah, well, they got there, but we learned that back in grade school, how to tell time. First, second grade. Annette. Hello, Miss V. I'm late joining in. Are you feeling better? Yes, ma'am, Annette. I feel fine. Milk Cart Man, hi. I'm new. Okay, welcome to Chatting with Miss V. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Come on in and get in the chat. Be respectful over here. That's all I ask. Carolyn, the soprano in your choir is Carolyn May. That's her last name. Yes. When we went to choir rehearsal the other night, I was telling her you came on while you were out at the event, and she was like, I was there too. Yeah. About this sector, so many lonely, broken women have no real life support. Nobody pay them no mind in real life. They come on here projecting their mental illness. What's happening to these women? You just said it, that they're lonely, they broken. They may even have a man at home. He ain't paying them no attention. Look at some of the men when they come in the house and they're talking and how they talk to them. Ain't no way I would want a man in my house to come out and I'm talking to y'all and he disrespect me in front of y'all. Mm-mm. Nah, you knew I was on social media. You knew what time, because most 9 times out of 10, you either hear me talking to him. I told you. I don't want no man like that. I can do bad all by myself. Breaking up the home with welfare was warfare on the Black family to slow down the growth. Like Black Wall Street and many other places around America, we naturally excel. Exactly. And we did. Them roaring fours, and look how those people dressed back then. They wore suits, the hats, the Epsom clad, what you call them shoes, the baby. You look back at some of them 40s people and 50s people in the roaring 40, 30, 40, 50s. They were dressed to kill. The women had the gloves, the hat, the jewelry, everything. They took pride in how they looked. People don't care no more. Can you shout out my friend Nick Jeers? He's going through chemotherapy as his testicle cancer, and it's very sad, and he needs all the blessings he can get, and he would appreciate it. Okay, I really hope that your friend comes through okay, and hope that whatever treatment that they're giving him will cure his problem. And may God just hold his hand, hold the surgeon's hand if he have to go through surgery, whatever, through his treatments. And I hope that he gets better. Milk Carton Man. If you hit your child today, they will threaten you to call social services, and they will call them. They'll call social services if you don't do nothing. Teresa's a good example. Look how they harass that woman out here about her children in her house that she taking care of. Yeah. If a child even tells the teacher, they will report it and have them coming to the house. I always tell mine to call them. Exactly, Jam Jam. Prayers for you. And then you got to have cameras on the bus these days. You got to have cameras in the room to protect you. Because children will go and lie too. I've had one to go home and lie on me and the bus driver. Yeah, we said she couldn't ride the bus no more because she didn't want to follow the rules on the bus. We never told her that because we know that's not true. Okay? Happy birthday to you, Living Purpose says. Who had a birthday? To Justice, laughing. I hate it when people say things that like you are spoiled. No, we weren't spoiled. My parents did their job, taught us how to work hard and grind hard and get it out the mud. I started working at 16. You better tell them holistic and come out here begging and scamming and doing all this stuff these people doing. Get up and go to work. They're going to sit up and talk about how long you work and you still out here begging and going on. That's crazy to me. Get you some commentary that'll draw people in and make you some money. Or if that ain't working, go get you another job. You can even work from home. I don't understand that. Hi, Green Max. How you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Ms.V, I truly believe people are losing their minds. Have you heard about the off-duty pilot who was sitting in the cockpit with the pilot and co-pilot tried to stop the plane mid? Yes, holistic. Annette, I saw that. But pilots also have a problem with drugs and alcohol. They're tested. And you remember back, I guess that would have been early 2000s. A lot of them was up there flying in planes drunk. And they had to start really testing them. And they need to do mental tests on them also. Because they're the same people that's in the world. They might have been able to go and pass flight school, but they still could have mental issues. They might need to have some psychiatrists in there also testing them before they let them on them planes. Carolyn says, Annette Wiggins, that was scary. I was just on Alaskan Airlines a week ago. Yep. Sting say hindering us ground. Also, we used to be able to remember phone numbers, not anymore. No, because you depend on the cell phone. And do you see how people lose it when they can't find, oh my God, where's my cell phone? It's like the heart stopped beating. the liver done quivered. It's gone. I'm not gonna let no phone drive me crazy like that. No, Don't remember no numbers, don't remember nothing. Everything is in the cell phone. Your whole life, you walking around your life, this your lifeline. I can't with these people. Hey, Bama, what it do? Long the me, huh? What? I don't know what you said, Bama. Long the me, huh? I don't know, Bama. But hey, good evening. Living Purpose, it's all in the food these kids are eating. A lot of it. I saw something about that on the news today. They were talking about processed foods and how it is killing us. I always thought, well, maybe, once we had to go and stop drinking water out the water hose and the water fountains and all this because the city wasn't processing the water right and filtrating it right. But they're saying now it's all the processed foods and then the hormones that the animals are being injected with, what they're growing the vegetables even with now, because that's why they went from just plain vegetables in the store to organic vegetables. It's too much. We're killing ourselves. A lot of this stuff, the health crisis is being brought out. What you putting in your body, that's what's fueling your body to run. So I agree with that. What it do? Okay, that's what I'm talking about, Bama. What it do? Thank you for those hearts. Appreciate that. Sting say like, share, subscribe, please, and thank you. Okay, if you're lonely and broken, go to the doctor and heal yourself and pray. Exactly. Milk carton man, you came in with foolery. Granny K, today my granddaughter broke a family curse on her mother's side of having kids at 15 years old. Today she made 16 kids free. Thank you. That's a blessing. Yes, indeed. Now maybe it'll go on generational, okay? Hopefully, Granny K. Living purpose, those people wore clothes made of the finest materials. You ain't never lied, and they lasted forever. Yes. And they didn't have all them synthetic fibers back then. So it's going to either be what? Cotton or wool or silk or what else? What's the other one? Natural fiber. Linen? Mm. Okay. Saying what happened to the milkman? He was just pulling our leg. That's it. That's all. I don't know why they come in here with that. One come in with a birthday, okay? We don't know nothing about him. And then the other one talking about, why would you make up something like that on a person? You ain't never been in a chat before. We ain't never even seen you. And you want us to just stop and just do what you want to do over here. We ain't doing that. Okay, thank you, Sting. I appreciate that. He gone. My father did not care. We were in North America. He raised us the old school way. Most of us coming out of this era, 50, 60 years old, were raised differently from these new age people out here, just saying and doing anything. Anything you say, you think it's right, you think it's godly, it's the way you draw in your audience, or it's money. That's what it is. It's all about money. You can't work or you don't want to go to work. You get your lazy ass up and go get a job. Ain't nothing gonna last forever. Okay, I could wake up in the morning, this app be gone, and that's my whole livelihood. Ain't no way. Mm-mm. The lack of education today is due to the No Child Left Behind. Once again, just another stumbling block for our children. This is systematically done on purpose. Yep. Clambreezy Sounds. Hi, how are you? Denise, exactly. I have a brother. We graduated and can't read all right. What you say? I have a brother. We graduated and can't read all right. Oh, wow. So they just socially promoted him is what they did, Sting. Um, Elaine. Good evening, Ms.V. How you doing, Elaine? Welcome, welcome, Ms.V. Why do you make me laugh? I don't know. I've just been me. I don't know. To just admit to tell you, my cousin lives in Calgary. Says Auntie Mimi. He's not impressed. He say it's cold, depressing, expensive. I've been to Canada, but not Calgary. He loves visiting me in Virginia Beach and Maine. It's very cold there in Canada. I can say that much. And I felt the same way about Alaska. Very depressing to me. Too much wilderness. Mm-mm. Um, Congrats to you, Granny K from Carolyn, on your niece. Was your granddaughter or your niece, whoever your family member was that made it past 15. Granny K, that's awesome. Now that's my kind of conversation, breaking these awful generational curses, says Denise. Sting is congratulating you too, Granny K. Ms.V, name something you like about today's modern world compared to before. That's hard, ain't it? And something you greatly miss about your upbringing, old school days. I miss family, being family, and all of us gathered around, like especially this time of year. My mother's family was very, very large. My daddy was the only child with little family, so he took on to my mom's family. But we looked forward to going from house to house, from one auntie's house to another. I knew if I went over to this auntie's house, she was gonna have the cake made that I like. I knew this auntie was gonna have the pies made. We all got along. We were all first cousins, and it was just one big old family. I miss that. And one thing I could change about the modern world, something you would like about today's modern world compared to something I like about today's modern world. Who you making me really, really think. Maybe the transportation um, system I like better than old school. It took you too long to get there on a plane or a train or a car or whatever. Maybe that, but not too much I like about it's moving too fast for me. And things are way overpriced. Um it's too many problems in the world now, so I can't think of anything. Mm-mm. That's a good one, AT. Y'all have to sleep on that one. Holistic said that is why I am trying to spread awareness about eating healthy foods, but no one wants to hear that. They want drama because it sells. Exactly. But they also having health issues too, because the world is overweight now because people are too sedentary. They don't get up and they don't move around. Like kids used to play outside all day long. They came in, they ate lunch or whatever, they went back out, they played until night, and then they came inside. They sit up on a computer all day long now, eating all the wrong stuff. Everything wrong. We cook wrong. We cook unhealthy. We've always cooked unhealthy as Black people, but it tastes good. And that's what we became familiar with. Sting says, I have a younger cousin that's the same. I didn't even believe him at first. That's why I had to do research on it to understand the problem. It's sad, very sad, Sting. Oh my, the Astros losing. Oh, Margaret gonna have a problem, Carolyn, if the Astros are losing. She gonna have a real problem because she love herself some Astros. I call it the microwave society. They want everything fast and quick. I say the same thing. Microwavable society. Exactly. Granny K is thanking you, ladies. Excellent topic, very informative and educational and enlightening. Thank you, Sherry. Congratulations to you, Granny K. I enjoyed my birthday weekend. Good, Elaine. That's great. I am happy. We're gonna move into our November birthdays over here. What, in another week? This the last week, ain't it? Yeah, because it's coming up to the fifth Sunday. Okay. What I like about today's modern world is a lot of convenience with technology. Yeah, I guess. Sometimes that get on my nerves, auntie, because it's like I got to give it to the children. I don't want to sit there as an old person to figure out all this stuff. That's the problem. Food delivery, good, faster, nicer cars. The good side of one click of a button. Being able to see loved ones on video chat. Now that's I like that. Being able to see loved ones on video chats. I do like that. Because before you couldn't see them, you could only talk to them. But the convenience with technology, see, you into that stage, you're in your 40s. So you kind of grew up with this. I had to learn this in the 80s. Like our first computer at work was 1981. Okay. Auntie Mimi, yes, Calgary is very expensive to live, but it's so much to do. I enjoy sledding in the now. Does he have family or support here? Sting is telling you happy birthday. We can see our far away loved ones on our phone anytime. Stay in touch. Hold on, it's jumped on me. With family, friends, lots of work from home opportunities. I guess that's good. A lot of people around here don't like working from home. They'd rather get up and be in a social environment. For the handicapped, can't drive or leave. Medicine advancements to live life quality. Okay. All right, y'all. I have been on here over an hour and a half. Y'all know I don't like to make them too long because of people who have to catch the replay. The Houston Astros is losing. The score is through -3, and Texas Rangers. No, they ain't -3. It's 3-10. Astros is losing. Oh no. Oh, Miss Margaret ain't gonna be in a good mood, y'all. sledding in the snow. Okay, to just my cousin is married, no kids, 30. His parents are in Toronto, so they go there a lot. He works at the Calgary airport, not a lot of close support close. He thinks where I live is very safe compared to there. Okay, we weren't there long enough to get into, I guess, those safety issues or whatever, and it was so cold, it wasn't a whole lot of people moving around. Scorpio season started today. All right, this thing. Okay, y'all have a good night. This was a great chat. I enjoyed talking to each and every one of y'all. Y'all, I will be probably not coming on in the morning because I got to go back for post op at 10 and then get something to eat and go back for 125. And I probably would be just trying to move fast to get from school at 9:45 to the doctor's office. It takes me about 15 minutes. So I probably won't be on in the morning, but I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Okay, if I get a chance, I will, but don't count on it. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a great night. Talk to you later. Much love to you. Bye-bye.